Hey, what's up, everyone? KingKrabz back, doing something different today. I'm actually joined by my friend Pokeaim. Say hello.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me, buddy.
No, of
Good to be
course,
here.
yeah, happy to have you. So if you haven't already subscribed to Joey for some reason, do it now. Subscribe to him. And if you haven't followed his
Thank you.
Patreon and you like monotypes, follow his Patreon because he does some fantastic monotype games. A lot of my teams, a lot of other people's teams, some really cool stuff to see there. So if you like monotypes, definitely give that man your support on Patreon.
And my boy KingKrabz definitely carries me with RTSK. So cool.
So we're going to just kind of discuss briefly what the DLC, the kind of impact the DLC has had on the Monotype meta because it's completely turned on its head. Like what used to be amazing, like I think Ghost was amazing at launch. I'm seeing less and less Ghost now. I think it's less and less viable with like a lot better Darkmons, for example, coming in. So we're just going to kind of discuss our feelings on the meta at the moment, what we've seen throughout our time in Monotypes. And I brought Joey here because he's the master Pokemon. Ghost up to if you already haven't, as I said. So I guess we're gonna hop in
I
with normal
appreciate that.
first. So
Okay.
I kind of just like took. There's a more normal Pokemon back than this, but I kind of took the ones that I feel might make an impact. Obviously, Chansey is meant to be there instead of Blissey, so we'll change
Yeah.
that.
Chansey, Blissey are huge. I mean,
Right.
giving normal. Previously, normal compositions were what like Obstagoon, Ditto, Heliolisk, the occasional double, I guess, as well, and then like your spin-off from that. Normal before I felt like didn't function as normal type,
Yeah,
like because you have Beware. Yeah.
I completely agree. Like in Gen 7, it was just amazing. Like you had your Chansey and Porygon 2 like defensive core without knockoff. That was like nigh impossible to break. So it kind of has that core back already, which is fantastic. It is unfortunately still missing Mega Lopunny, who was so good on the Ghost, and Steel and stuff.
Do you think that Obstagoon with this will actually have less of a role? Because I remember like normal teams I've used and seen a lot were like Beware, Snorlax, Ditto, Indeedee, usually being Choice Scarf, and then Heliolisk and Obstagoon or like type Null, sometimes the occasional Diggersby. Feel like you said with the defensive cores of now Chansey and Porygon, that could be huge. Just bringing that back, especially because they both get teleport. So they're not momentum
Yeah,
suckers anymore either.
exactly. Like as Joey pointed out there, Teleport is, for those who maybe aren't aware, is a fantastic momentum tool this generation. It's what, is -7 priority swap, or is it -6?
It's still -6, I
Minus
believe.
six. Even still, like that's only out like there's like nothing that has like lower priority besides maybe the whirlwind, I think maybe. But so yeah, as you said, like a great momentum you can get off those. You do unfortunately have to use up a attack slot on those. Like I know Chansey
Yeah.
likes to use like Stealth Rock, Soft Boil, Seismic Toss, and I often see Thunder Wave or Toxic as well, just to kind of stop other like recovery Pokemon.
I feel like you just drop Stealth Rock, honestly, because you have Ditto to copy their Stealth Rocker, if
Yeah,
anything.
that's actually a good point. Yeah, well, definitely, I still see Ditto a lot in normal at the moment. It's just so good. Like it's basically denying any setup or denying too much setup, especially with like Chansey, who's fairly passive. A lot of people, like, I'm going to set up in front of that Chansey, like, no, it's not a Ditto. That's not happening.
No, exactly. I like that. You think Buff actually has a really cool role?
I'm thinking with Sap Sipper, I know it's like very niche, but Rillaboom Choice Band with Grassy Glide is just so good at the moment. I feel it's so strong, but even still, it could just the 110 attack. It could be nice with like a band because I feel normal outside of like setting up the Beware is kind of missing proper like just heavy hitters that come in and like hit
Yeah.
hard immediately. Like Snorlax and Digger. I'm sorry, yeah, Snorlax and what's his name? I just said it there a second ago.
Diggersby.
Diggersby, thank you. They kind of need a setup. I feel like Boufflant might just have that immediate power, especially with Reckless. Like was it Head Smash he has? I think
Yeah,
Head
head
Charge
charge.
or Head Charge. Like that's 120
And it
before
gets
stab.
yeah,
And then
it
Reckless
gets close
boosted.
combat now too.
Does he get close combat? Okay, even better. I'm not too sure if it's going to be good. It's kind of an idea. I haven't seen one yet, but I'd be curious to see if it finds a place currently in the meta.
I think it's you have them listed there, Exploit and Porygon Z. Previously, the special attackers that come to mind, like I said, were Heliolisk and Indeedee. When it came to normal, and obviously we have Porygon uh, back as well. But the fact that you now have like spec sound, I think the biggest thing is the fact that this can hit Ghost.
Yes. Oh,
It's
for
not.
Exploud, absolutely, 100%. Like just having like Scrappy with Boom Burst is just, there's not much thinking involved. You take out your Specs Boom Burst and you click that button like 6 times, you get a couple of kills on things that aren't like Steel or Rock. But even then, I think for Steel it gets Fire Blast, doesn't it?
Yep, gets Fire Blast, gets Overheat, it has Surf, it has Focus Blast, so it has pretty good coverage.
Yeah, so it has the coverage to deal with it,
Yeah. And then obviously Porygon Z, same thing. You can either use download or adaptability as Dark Pulse for Ghost.
I remember
Pulse Thunderbolt also really good for Steel too.
Absolutely, it gets Ice Beam as well for the tried and true Bolt Beam coverage is just so good.
Yep.
So
I like that mon a lot.
I'm gonna miss Z conversion. I'm not gonna lie. It was always nice, like Z converting off your Shadow Ball to a Ghost type, and suddenly you're immune to fighting. Your only weakness. So that is definitely going to hurt a small bit, but it's still there, He's still a fantastic role. Next up, I have Tauros. I'm not sure. Tauros doesn't have the immediate power I feel Bouffalante has, but the speed tier is definitely going way in its favour. The 110 over a pathetic 55, it's double that. But
I like the fact they got close combat now too.
Yeah, absolutely. Like they gave close combat to so many good Pokemon, especially a lot of normal types. But I think Intimidate in lieu of Staraptor, who is so good, like if you take out a physical Pokemon trying to take your Chansey, you could just take in Tauros and no, I'm cutting your attack down, So I think maybe in lieu of Staraptor right now, who also brought close combat to normal teams, he might see some use. That's just my thoughts.
I see that. I think also the workup, like it could be like mixed with like Fire Blast or something.
Yeah.
But having Earthquake and close combat coverage is nice because again you're healing like all the Steel types for at least neutral, and most of them for super effective damage.
It even has Lash Out. I haven't used Lash Out at all. I don't know if it's any good, but even 75 base before boosted, it's okay in like Psychic types or something. Especially if they take an Intimidator.
Yeah, it gets Throat Chop too.
Oh, does it get Throat Chop? Oh, nice.
Now.
Yeah, you're right.
It gets Throat Chop now.
Awesome. So it's even, that small bit more immediate power could be helpful. And
more reliable, yeah.
We touched on it briefly earlier, but Porygon 2 is is such important Pokemon to the defensive core of normal, I feel. Like with Eviolite, its defenses just go to stupidly high.
I think that it's one of the big things that Type Null used to have over it was the fact that Type Null could U-turn out and keep momentum, but now with Teleport...
Yeah, that's actually dead on. And as well as that, I think it has access to recover, which it always has, so if you're doing 40% to it, that's basically nothing because it's going to recover in your face,
Yeah, if Type Null had recovery and Swords Dance, I think it'd be better than Porygon, at least in terms of wall, because it's bulkier, or just it's bulkier.
Yeah, no, I agree. I completely agree with that. So overall, I suppose that's the kind of new stuff you see in normal. Some really good stuff there, not to be messed lightly with. I think we'll see a lot more normal usage now in the future, in this DLC patch anyway, for sure. I think it's just going to be a hard time to break.
I agree. I'm excited. Definitely, sorry.
No, it's cool.
I'm excited to see normal actually change it up a little bit. I always thought normal was really good, specifically because like I said, Ditto is not the monotype that it could be.
Yeah,
it's.
I think that's kind of what has normal going for it. It's kind of so weird and can do a bit of everything. It's not really like a normal monotype. It doesn't pigeonhole itself into a kind of playstyle that can be completely unique. Kind of ironically considered as normal.
Yeah.
So next up we have Grass. We don't have too much going for Grass, I feel, but Amoonguss is definitely a big one back. Especially paired with Tangrowth because you get that double regen core, which is super nice.
Spore as well.
And Spore, actually, I forgot about Spore, you're dead right.
We have a viable Sporemon before we had Shiinotic.
Yeah, that's true. So it's also like Amoonguss is like Shiinotic on, properly beefed up, a bit of bulk to him. As we said, Regenerator is just going to be so fantastic. It's so good as an ability. And yeah, Spore, Foul Play, probably Giga Drain, maybe like Clear Smog or Sludge Bomb. We might see some of that. Just kind of spreading.
I like Foul Play a lot. I think being able to hit Aegis Slash is important. I think being able to hit, just setup is important, especially when it comes to a mon that can get in and out. So I really like Foul Play.
Yeah, I would agree with what you said there completely. Similarly, we have Tangrowth, who's I suppose in a similar boat to Amoonguss, just big, beefy plant creature with Regenerator, I know it's used a lot in OU. It is still used in OU at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured it's just a good Pokemon. So it's nice to. It's also a pure grass type, which is nice. You know, it's exclusive to grass monos.
Yeah, it what's it called? It lost hidden power, which is pretty big, I think, but it having, access to knockoff still, focus blast and like options like that. It could even double as a chlorophyll user if they're using like Sunny Day Whimsicott plus like Venusaur and Tangrowth,
Definitely.
Leafeon type of thing if they want to use like a more offensive variant. And obviously the regen is big and sleep powder too, like a reliable physical wall for grass.
Yeah, for
That's not like
sure.
Appleton. Yeah, it's like Appleton or something like that.
I
I
mean, like
really like the pure grass typing.
125 at defense is just that's not to be messed with.
It's gonna
3 invested. That's so much defense. So yeah,
it's
especially with like Rocky
insanely
Helmet, it
good.
can really punish physical attackers a lot.
Oh, this mon can one v one all of them. I love
Yeah,
it.
for sure. And as you said, knockoff is just good team support as well. So
I
next up,
think
you.
that
Oh, sorry, go on. I didn't want to cut you off.
I was gonna say I think that I wonder if like Sludge Bomb will see use on Tangrowth for like opposing grass and like also Fairy as well, like
I
being able to
think it
pivot
could,
on a
yeah.
lot of physical mons.
I think at the moment I was running a assault vest with Sludge Bomb, knockoff, Giga Drain, and Earthquake. I think just mixed attacker. It's pretty good, doing some good work. Just a nice physical wall, as you said.
Yeah, I
Um,
think it's good. I love Rillaboom. Oh, Choice Band
yeah,
Grassy Glide is nice.
trust
Swords Dance
Grassy.
Grassy Glide.
I cannot express to you how many times I fought like a water team and just clicked Grassy Guide 6 times, and the person getting so salty. He's like, "What do I do?" I'm like, honestly, I don't know. Maybe like bulky Pelipper. But other than that, this thing's just taken down. It's so strong with Choice Band, and especially Adamant, because I feel you don't need the speed if you're running priority.
I think the U-turn, the knockoff momentum, the Swords Dance, being able to actually boost and do something.
Yeah,
I feel like it's one of those mons. It's like really gonna punish you if you don't get correctly around it because it's really bulky. Can even run Assault Vest if it needs to. Has Drain Punch for recovery and synthesis. And I mean, like a lot of people are overshadowing it now or overhyping it with Grassy Glide for good reason. That move is 91
yeah, it's
base
so
power
strong.
before stab. Yeah, it's 91 before stab. So it's basically stronger first impression and stronger than extreme speed too.
Yeah,
And and the fact that like it also has drum beating, which is big,
it's such good team
big.
support. Yeah, as you said, you can like knock off drum beating. That's too like powerful, but also it helps your team in the long run. Not to
Uh,
mention the fact like the
I
grassy
agree.
terrain gives stuff like Ferrothorn 12% every turn if you're running leftovers, or still gives it the leftover recovery if you're running Rocky Helm or something. Just great offensive support Pokemon. I feel
I think it's a fantastic new addition, and as well as like not only Monotype but OU too is big for
absolutely,
it.
definitely, yeah, for sure. So overall, I still don't think grass is going to be too viable. Personally, I think there's too many weaknesses, but I think we'll definitely see more of it than we did at launch. Fire
I
wise,
agree.
I'm not sure what too much. Maybe I know I see Marowak Alola a lot in your videos in OU, especially like a Rotom heat
That,
counter and stuff.
yeah, Marowak brings a ton of resistances, and obviously Stealth Rocker. I mean, that's Chandler's typing. Um, it's I don't know, man. Fire is really weird. Like I like Talonflame for priority because it actually at least helps against rain. But man, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't see fire being too great with these additions.
yeah. I
Maybe
mean,
Volcarona just because the revenge killers are so much slower.
I'd be inclined
Like
to
that's like
agree.
most of the Scarfers.
I feel
Yeah,
Rain, which we'll get to soon, is so good this right now at the moment.
they got way better. I mean, again, Volcarona being faster than Scarf Darmanitan, Scarf Hydreigon,
Yeah,
and like Scarf Dracovish is pretty cool
that is
when it
big.
quivers. Yeah.
Definitely. And heavy duty boots
Yeah.
helped Volcarona so much. It's just crazy how that item was like almost designed with that moth in mind.
Yeah.
Just to come in on stealth rocks and not care at all and just click quiver dance in their face. But I think it's going to see
Yeah.
more use on bug teams personally than fire. I feel it brings more to the table. But maybe that's just me.
Uh, I mean, like in terms of bug, yes, 100%. I can't wait to return to bug. It definitely brings more for bug there, but yeah, like you said, fire just has too many natural weaknesses. I
Hmm.
think fire types are also pretty. They kind of like Dragon, but Dragon has a good offense. But Fire types, a lot of them have to run Scarfs, in my opinion, to even do anything.
Yeah, I
Like
completely
Rotomaster, you're
agree.
running Scarf, and then
Charizard often
like
runs
versus
Scarf.
Rain, you're never gonna have an opportunity to set up your Volcarona.
Yeah, no, I'm
Like,
inclined to
and
agree
I
with
mean,
that.
you're making yourself even weaker to fighting because they all Rock Tomb and Rock Slide with what's it called? With Terrakion.
Hmm.
So
And then,
as much as I love fire types, it's really hard for me to justify
yeah,
them.
I
We
think
need a water fire type,
I
like
think they're
water,
good like fighting
like
a
a
lot of the lower
Volcanion.
tier types, but I feel it loses to the meta right now, which is probably
Yeah, like
like
I said,
water
if
dragons are
Volcanion
really
was
good.
out, if like yeah, like exactly what you said. It loses to water, it loses to dragon, and if Volcanion was out, like I feel like that would just benefit fire so much
Hmm. Definitely, for
because
sure.
they'd actually be able to switch in on moves, right? What's the best
Yeah,
thing you can do? You can use like Endure, Steam Engine, Colossal, and then
it's
not kill anything back,
exactly
even
because
after
it's not
Reset
even gonna
Policy.
outspeed a Scarfer anyway. Even a +6, you're still outsped by like semi-fast Scarfers.
Yeah,
Talonflame, I think,
no, yeah,
is definitely a big boost with their boots. Get these boots on this bird, and then suddenly your Gale Wings, your priority. You get priority defog. If your case, like you really get rid of Stealth Rocks, you get +1 priority.
yeah.
And I think Dual Wing Beat is completely worth the 10% accuracy drop just to have that the consistency of being able to click it more. I think. And again, I'm not used it yet.
It's a lot weaker though. It's a lot weaker. Like I'll just give you an example. +2 dual wing beats does like 43% max to max defense tox effects, whereas your
Okay,
Brave Bird's doing like 59%
yeah. I suppose
ish.
actually, to be
Like
fair, I've only used it on Caesar and I forgot it's not 60 base. That's good as technician. In my head, this was 60/2, but obviously it's 40/2. So when you put it that way,
it's
I guess it's nice to have
it's
the priority on
80%.
it all the time. But Talonflame's fast enough as it is, so you might need the priority. Maybe like Bravebird's enough just to revenge kill something.
I mean, again, it would be probably be good for revenge killing like Barraskewda if they don't run Aqua Jet, or
Hmm.
like Scarf Dracovish if it's taken 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Like, but it's just relatively weak. I don't know. Talonflame probably better for flying than it would
Yeah,
be for
I'd be
like
inclined
just like
to agree.
Volcarona probably better for bug.
So for overall,
Yeah,
I don't think Fire gained too much, unfortunately. But
yeah.
next
It
up,
didn't.
we have Water, which we could make a whole video on how much
Oof.
Water got. So I guess we'll try to discuss
Dude,
this
you don't even
maybe.
have.
Sorry?
Yeah, you don't even have the like flip turn Barraskewda here, which is also huge.
Yeah, I actually had to have a second team for Water because we got so much in the DLC.
Yeah, yeah,
So I guess we'll try to hurry through Water because there's so much more to get through. We don't want to spend like the hour talking about Water. But Azumarill, it goes
yeah,
without saying, you have your huge power Aquajetter, or I see a lot more Sap Sipper at the Whirlpool Perish Trappers back, especially for things that are like just completely wall out water. It's a really good, really annoying to deal with because you never know, is this going to Perish Trap me or is it going to click Belly Drum and 6-0 me? You know?
and I think that's a big thing too because previously this gen we didn't have any water types that had Sap Sipper. Like we
Exactly.
didn't have anything to
Yeah.
right.
No, we didn't. We
I
had
mean I've
none.
used yeah like if you wanted to deal with grass type attacks, Ludicolo takes neutral, Toxapex takes neutral,
Mm-hmm.
but man when you
Pelipper.
have a banded Rillaboom running around,
Yeah, they ain't
it
taking
makes
that.
a big difference. And
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure, man, for sure.
it's a huge difference. That's such a big thing. And like defensively, so like the recent water team I played with was by Ed Wins, and it was a very defensive water with like Pelipper, Bandit Dracovish, and then they had like Pex, Quagsire, Seismitoad, and Lapras, all
Yeah,
defensive.
I think.
And I feel like we just have so many crazy like offensive water seems so nasty now too.
Yeah, I think the
Again,
thing with water is you can just go super defensive or super offensive, and both are so viable.
yeah,
So I'm not sure
I
what to think of
agree.
Clowitzer. I don't think it's good, but someone said it got terrain pulse, which should be boosted by
Yeah,
Mega Launcher. Was that you? I think it was your
yeah.
video you were saying that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, it got terrain pulse. It's so if it's in the terrain, it's like weather ball. It's 100 base power, and then it becomes like the water, and it's boosted by it's boosted by the terrain, and then
mhm.
it's also boosted by Mega
Which
Launcher.
is so
Yes,
just like if we jack up this thing's special attack, that's
it's
just gonna
strong.
hit
It's
so
strong,
hard.
but dude, it's so tough to like justify using that when we have
Yeah,
so many good
that's the thing.
water
I
types.
wanted to kind of give it a shout out for it being cool, but I don't think it's going to be useful, you know,
I agree.
unfortunately. And Polytoad is just a drizzle toad, you know. He comes in, he makes it rain, that's all he does, but he does it well,
Makes a
you know.
shower.
I'm using, I sent the team I sent you, eject button, I think it is it? Yeah, the classic eject button drizzle, so you know, you come in, pivot off a hit, get the eject button out, get your rain up, go into like your Barraskewda, your KingKrabz, suddenly they're in the rain, you
Yeah,
know. It's just a really good Pokemon to have.
I feel like that strat can work a lot with also Toxapex too, because of regenerator. So you just get in
Yeah,
your offensive threat, but you can't get it in right away. And you mentioned Barraskewda. Barraskewda getting flip turn two can just attack really like since it's not there. It can just attack really like strong hard and also get on out of there if like a bad matchup is coming in. So
yeah, I'll put him there because he
while
deserves
keeping
to
up
be there.
momentum.
He's actually also one of my favorite Pokemon this gen. I think. Don't know why. I just like its design. It's simple. It's a fish, you know. But I like it. But yeah, as you said, Swift Swim. Its speed is just blisteringly fast. Like without any nature, we're looking at over 700 speed. That's just insane.
Yeah, it's faster than I think all Scarfers at +1.
Yeah,
Within yeah, like even like Dragapult, which outspeeds the majority of rain
and as you said, we
naturally.
we get Flip Turn, which in the rain
Yeah.
is so strong, especially because of
Yeah,
stab.
even 60 base power. Like the point is, you get it in on something that you could beat, and they try to switch out to something that can take the hit, and you flip turn out
Yeah,
while they're coming in. So you keep up offensive momentum, and then you get to bring out maybe they have a physical wall that could take it, but they can't take like the new Hurricane Kingdra
yeah,
or things like that. So it's
exactly.
really big for it.
I kind of feel Sharpedo's in a similar boat to Barraskewda. Maybe if you're not running dedicated rain teams, Sharpedo can do good. It's decently fast, especially after speed boost. It gets quite nice, and it's okay. It's definitely not as good as Barraskewda. I won't deny
Yeah.
say it is, but maybe if you're not running a dedicated rain team, it can do the same idea. Like it can run your crunch, your close combat now, psychic fangs, flip turn, you know that kind of thing.
Yep. I like even you can still run protect as well. It can be a good check to, depending
Yeah,
on what moves that you're running. It could be a good check to dragons. Could be a good check to ghosts.
absolutely.
Um,
So
and close combat lets it hit hard. Plus with crunch stab, I like that. I like a water dark type that like can also hit like Ferrothorn very hard.
yeah, exactly. I get that completely. So next up, I don't think there's too much to be said about Slowbro. It's just amazing. Such a good like defensive pivot, especially since it got teleport. Um,
Yep.
teleport
Future sight
regenerator.
too. Pretty big for
Yeah,
teleport, I think.
absolutely. Yeah, I completely agree with that. That I never even thought of using that strat. I know you used. I sent you a Doom's Desire Jirachi. I actually love those like 2-3 turn later moves. I think they really control the battlefield away. Like you know, it kind of limits your opponent's options and kind of lets you gain momentum in a weird way.
Yeah, and then the fact that like you mentioned, so let's say you future sight and then you teleport out and then you bring in Dracovish or you bring out sorry if you hear my dog in the background.
No, that's
But
cool.
if you also bring out like Barraskewda and you're going for a rain boosted liquidation, they bring out their Toxapex in order to deal with it. They're taking that and they're
Yeah,
probably gonna die to future sight. It's
absolutely.
super
It's
effective.
just
So
so good.
it's really good for Chip. It's really good for Chip. It turns like two AKOs into OKOs and like three AKOs into two AKOs, which is
Hmm.
huge when it comes to especially if you're running a more offensively based rain team. It's offense, so they want to get rid of the Pokemon, as quickly as possible
Yeah,
because they don't stand in the long game. They hit hard and that's
for
it.
sure, for sure. Next up, we have Starmie. I haven't seen too much Starmie yet, but I know it was good in the older generations, so I'm wondering if we're going to see it again, even just for its rapid spinning, which is nice to have. It gets good coverage in like Bolt Beam, Psychic, all that kind of stuff. It's wall and water coverage. And Natural Cure is just nice to, it can't be toxic, it can't be parried, or anything like that, What are your
I
thoughts?
like the it gets flip turn too.
Oh, does it? Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, nice. Okay, so,
Yeah, but nice little rapid spinner. Hazard control that's not default.
yeah, I think I'm not sure yet. I'd like to see. As we said, water is so vast. We have a few more just to talk about quickly. Tentacruel again, spinner, good against grass teams,
Good thing.
especially. It's nice special defense and got liquid ooze to stop like too much drain
Giga Drain,
shenanigans.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's also good for clear body for like bug that likes to sticky web. It's a pretty good
absolutely.
reliable spinner with bug.
Yeah,
And then like also versus some fairy variants too because it's sticky web as well.
yeah,
And the rapid
Rabambi.
spin buff giving it +1 speed. Yep, exactly. And getting rapid spin buff giving it +1 speed I think is really big too.
Absolutely, and like it's decently strong. 80s, it's not amazing, but it's gonna hurt, especially in rain. Like rain boosted like surf or something, it's gonna do some decent damage. Or even if
Yeah,
you
and even
actually
like
scald.
versus dragon. Yeah, you can run ice beam or even dazzling gleam if like Hydreigon or something you're
Yeah,
threatened by.
absolutely. So I think we will see some tentacle usage. Urshifu, this thing is so strong. If you put like rain and you click with the surging strikes, it's goodbye whatever's in front of you. You know, it's just so
Dude, if
strong.
you're not fighting mono grass, like or like mono like a good mono fairy that has like Primarina, or like mono water with talk specs, like there's only so many Pokemon that deal with this mon. Like rapid single strike is better in OU because
Yeah, for sure.
anybody can use these Pokemon. But
You know, the more
when you're
limited.
fighting in monotype and they only have specific, yeah. Get Scarfer too, I think, because it has U-turn.
Great Scarfer. I'm actually using Bandit at the moment because Barraskewda and Kingdra cover the speed enough.
Yeah, speed.
And it gets Aqua Jet, which I cannot tell you how many games it saved me. Like, it come down to like a 1v1 versus Terrakion, for example. I just click Aqua Jet and win the game. Like, okay, my game. Or close combat to kill Ferrothorn, which is such a problem for for water normally because you can't rely on fire because of your rain. So just clicking like choice bandit close combat just obliterates it.
Yeah. Does way too much damage. And big also you can't you can't protect in front of it, which is big.
I was just gonna say like
yeah.
if say like Aegislash comes out protects King Shield, like goodbye Aegislash, clicking that surging strike and it's gone.
Yeah. Or tries to recover after like life orb or whatever. Die to close combat. You know, it's a big thing. Toxapex can't baneful bunker.
Yeah, it's so big.
And when it's rain boosted, that is a lot.
And then finally we have Kingdra, just a tried and true Swift Swim user, and I got Hurricane, which is so good. I was using a grass team earlier and I lost to rain because this Kingdra click specs Hurricane. And I'm like, ooh, I don't know what to do against this, you know, because my Rillaboom had died, and I was like, I shouldn't have sacked Rillaboom. Because the Kingdra just clicked Hurricane 6 times. Ooh, this is strong.
That's like incredible for Kingdra. I think previously at Ice Beam, but Hurricane is just that much stronger, and then having the accuracy with the rain is such
so
a
good.
big thing. For this
so good. So I think that's overall water. I think we're going to see a lot more water. I will say now, I'll eat my words if I'm wrong. I think water might be definitely top tier at the moment, and probably top 3 summer types. I think it's really good. I've been laddering with it a good bit myself. I'm actually going to have just a showcase of me laddering my rain team that I sent you. I recorded it yesterday, so I put it up on the channel tomorrow, just to show you it's like how good water can really be.
Nice.
So next we have electric. Didn't gain too much, but just rising voltage is so strong. It's just insane.
Every electric type being able to use this is amazing.
It's ridiculous.
It instantly makes Pincurchin actually viable on electric.
Yeah, absolutely.
Plus Raiju's Surging Surfer, so you kind of like Surge Surfer. You kind of want to use terrain. So
yeah, you do definitely want terrain.
Yeah, and the great thing is too that Rising Voltage doesn't care if you're touching terrain or not. So even Rotoms can use it.
Oh, does it?
Cares if your opponent's touching terrain.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So like,
that's good to know.
Yeah, if you actually look at the description of Rising Voltage, it says power is doubled. It's not 2 times power in Rift Terrain. If you actually look at the Rising Voltage, Bulbapedia, it says if the target is affected by electric rain upon the move's execution, Rising Voltage's power is doubled to 140.
Okay, that's so much. Like that's interesting.
Power. Yeah, because it means Rotom can actually use it.
And Vikavolt.
Levitating can use it. Rotom, yeah, Vikavolt, Zapdos when it comes back eventually. It's such a big thing.
Okay, so I didn't know that.
That's the way they can take advantage of it.
That's so cool. I actually learned something today. So, Ghost is up to Pokeaim. Ghost up to Joey right there because he knows more about Rising Voltage than I do. So, if that doesn't get you a sub, I don't know what will. Next up, we have Zone. I think Zone helps Electric a lot more than it helps Steel because ironically Steel hates Zone coming back, even though it is a Steel mon. Just for Magnet Pull. Like I was playing some Mono Steels earlier. Even Body Press is nice.
No, the fact that
Sorry, go on.
The fact that Corviknight can't be annoying.
Yeah, exactly.
To opposing to Steel though is pretty cool.
That's true. That's very true. I just love Magnet Zone. I think it's a cool Pokemon. Magnet Pull's a cool ability. Unfortunately, it lost Hidden Power, which definitely, I suppose, loses some of its viability. But even on an electric team, you could run like Specs Analytic or something, just for example, because electric doesn't necessarily worry too much about Steel types or even Air Balloon.
sturdy things can be, like I said, analytic could be pretty cool because I think, like you said, I think for electric is really nice because it actually gives some good resistances that electric was missing out on.
For
Because
sure.
electric steel has some really good resistances.
Yeah, it's so fun to come in and like choice band Caesar one take like 12% and like that didn't scratch me, you know. Um, so I think electric will see. It won't be amazing. I think when Coco comes back, then we're all done for. You know, Coco, if it gets rising voltage, we're all done for. But I do
I think
think,
that's gonna be nasty. Like, I mean, even then, the Coco has play rough and close combat too. So like a
yeah,
mixed one.
for sure. Ice, I like ice. It's one of my favorite types. It didn't gain anything from the DLC. It got triple axle Weevil, which is fun. Um,
Yeah, if it hits.
if it hits, the thing is, I don't know if I'd recommend it
Yeah,
over Icicle Crash because Crash is just that small bit more
yeah,
reliable. I feel.
yeah, and flinching is so big. I mean, it's a 72% chance to hit all three triple axles
Yeah, which
versus
just isn't good.
versus flinching your icicle crash, which happens a lot.
Yeah.
I think Sand Slash though gives ice defensiveness as
Yes.
like it's like a special wall that could
Yes.
actually like if you actually use Spadef, even though it has base 65, base 75, it has some good resistances.
Absolutely.
So rapid spin, knockoff, stealth rock.
And it gets like slush rush. Sorry. And if
Yeah,
you're not running Alolan Ninetales on your team, an ice team, run Alolan Ninetales on your ice team. You know,
yeah,
just run it. It's so good. Like Veil behind Veil, as you said, this thing is bulky. It's hard to kill. Um,
it's nasty.
but I don't think Ice is going to be as good as it was before the DLC. Personally, it's how I feel.
About time.
Yeah, that's true. Like Kieran Black being gone as well definitely hurt, but it needed that hurt. So fighting
Oh, fighting, yeah. Yo,
Heracross.
fighting got. Is this our first fighting spiker? We
Yes,
haven't
I
even
think
we
it
have
is
fighting.
actually because he got spikes
Nice.
this
Fighting
gen,
got spikes and Heracross. That's really cool.
which is super nice to see. Even that, just or Mega Horn like Choice Scarf Moxie, absolutely
Yeah.
cleaning through some psychic teams, you know, who could give you trouble. So I think it's pretty good in Pokemon to have back.
Yeah, yeah. The addition of spikes is really cool for
Hmm.
fighting. Uh, guts abusing Moxie, like you mentioned before. Fighting is really good on both special and physical. So,
It
I
is.
mean, I think whenever you pick your picks for fighting, there's no 100% givens besides like maybe Scarf Terrakion. So you
Yeah,
need
you need Scarf
literally all
Terrakion.
fire.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Flying
and then
type for
like
Stone
Stealth
Ages.
Rock Cobalion or something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Or like
Uh,
Lucario, so you can deal with ice.
yes,
Because
I think
ironically,
Lucario
fighting
is
reduces
really
ice.
good this gen at the moment. I feel like inner focus to do with stuff like Togekiss. You can have those like air slash hacks your whole team. You
Thank
know,
you.
it's
Yeah,
nice to have
exactly,
that
exactly.
to steal use to move back with them. Mienshao, I haven't used it yet, but I saw you uploaded a video the other day of Mienshao in it, so I'm curious to
Oh,
see if it's
oh
going to get
man.
some use.
Regenerate is pretty cool,
Yeah, and it's decent.
but
Like 125, 105 is not bad, but
I mean, it hits really hard, especially with Reckless too. But it has close
yeah.
combat now, so it doesn't have to worry.
Oh, nice. But my only issue with Mienshao, I feel it doesn't bring too much to the table that other fighting types don't. Would be my thought process.
I
Uh,
think the big thing is that like you said, knockoff.
yes,
Knockoff
definitely.
is something besides Heracross. Like not a lot of the fighters had knockoff
Yeah, you're actually
right
right
now.
about that. Or U-turn as well is nice momentum gain. It gets U-turn, doesn't it? I think it does. It
Yep,
does get
yep.
U-turn. So that's nice momentum. We talked a bit about Urshifu already. I don't think Rapid Strike is ever going to be used, so I'm just going to delete that because when you have the best fighting dark type in the game right now on your team, why would you
There's
not
also
want
there's a
this?
bunch of knockoff. There's a bunch of knockoff fighters. My bad.
It doesn't get knockoff. No, I thought it did.
No, not this mon. Not this mon. I'm
It
talking
gets
about
Sucker
the
Punch
the
and Wicked Blow right there, you know, really good moves. Wicked Blow just absolutely decimates like anything that doesn't have good defense. Just absolutely decimates it.
yeah, bulk up and drain punch stuff too.
Absolutely. Sucker Punch is a great priority. I know fighting has a lot of priority, but it's never bad to have more, especially when it's stab, you know?
I agree.
And on top of that, it just brings you that psychic immunity that fighting really needs. Because it already has some options for fairy, I feel, with like Ironhead, Terrakion, or Cobalion. They can kind of deal with fairies. But the type
And
struggles a lot with
Lucario.
psychic. And Lucario, sorry, you're right, yeah. I feel the type struggles more with psychic, which is where Urshifu and Ghost as well absolutely destroys them, decimates them.
I think one thing fighting actually struggles with, which it's cool when it comes to Mienshao speed tier, because if you're in a choice scarf Mienshao, you're outspeeding most, if not all of the fighting all the bug types besides Durant, which Terrakion I guess can do too, but Mienshao can actually like stone edge a lot of the bugs,
Yeah,
which is pretty big. But
definitely.
Terrakion can do it too, and better.
So next up, we have my personal favorite, if you couldn't guess, Poison. That's why
Poison.
my first video is Poison. Love it. All I can say is Amoonguss and Slowbro together. I think I sent you the team, the triple regen
Yeah.
core between those two and Toxapex. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It just
Huge.
it just drinks HP for days. Like, oh, I'm low. Okay, I'm just gonna cycle through my regen mons, get a few reads and all back to 100%. It's insanity.
Or you could be cheeky and use quick draw.
Yeah, you could. That's true too. Quick draw is really funny. Sidearm slam, shell sidearm. Sorry, I don't think it's properly put into showdown
Program.
just yet. But when that's
Yeah,
properly
I wouldn't.
put in,
I don't know. I wouldn't use that move personally right now. But I think that the calm mind defensiveness of it,
hmm
like it can probably 1v1 a lot of grass, which is really.
for
I mean,
sure.
Poison should be beating grass anyway, but
You should be
like
surprised
like
though. It can
like
struggle a bit.
I think it's like Venusaur and like Swordsdance, Rillaboom, and there's the Draco Meteor from Appleton if they're using more offensive variants. There's a lot.
So,
There's a lot.
like mine's an
But
assault vest right
I
now.
like
It's
that.
just it gets that nice mixed bulk. You can jack up that special attack, and suddenly you have like in and around like the mid 200s for both your defense and special defense. A ton of HP to get regen back, and just over 300 special attack, which is pretty nice.
Yeah,
But the one thing
I
I
like
will say
the
about Child Cell Arm is when it worked properly, it'll decimate Chansey.
yes. I think so too. Now, I mean, again, I'm not sure. It says physical contact if more damaging, which is based on the opponent, I guess.
I
Or
think
you,
so.
I
I've
I don't
always
know.
interpreted it as the opponent, but I don't know.
That's
Uh,
weird. I probably just don't properly understand it too.
yeah, to be honest, I think it will take a while to see it settle down, but I've high hopes for the move. I might be wrong. We'll find out. um, Tentacruel, much the same, I suppose, as in water, but I guess Poison likes a rapid spinner over Defog because we don't want to defog away our own toxic spikes. So it's
Yeah,
nice to have a rapid spinner back. I think he's the first one off the top of my head.
I like Scolipede bringing spikes and toxic spikes,
Mm,
and like a Swords and speed boosting set could be really cool too.
it's really good.
Actually, like Swords and speed boost could probably beat water
I think so.
position,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah. If you get if you get one good read and you took swords dance on a turn, I think you might protect or something. It could be game. It's just really fast, really
Yeah,
strong. Great moves as well. I actually uploaded my first Monotype guide was Poison, so if anyone you're watching want to find out more about Poison, go check it out. It'll be on my channel somewhere. I don't know which videos, you'll find it. Ground, I love ground. I've tried to get a gravity ground teams working for you. Doesn't really work. Um, it's fun, but like the Klutz Golurk is really it's a fun gimmick, but at high level it doesn't work that well. But I suppose it's nice to have Palo Sand back with Scorching Sands. It's pretty nice just to get that basically scald.
Stealth Rocker. I mean, Ground never had problems with Stealth Rockers.
That's true, yeah.
Like they
But
have
hey,
Cloud on,
more help.
and like Mammoth, everything. But it's
I
cool.
I wish Water Compaction made you invincible. I'll be honest. Like I wish it could
Yeah,
absorb
I
water
mean, like
moves.
we already have Gastrodon as well.
That's
So
true.
it's tough. It's tough to really justify, but it's a spin blocker for Ground, which is
That's
pretty
true.
cool.
It's not the best, but it's something. And Crocodile, I like Crocodile's design, but it disappoints me. I'll be honest.
You don't think like an anger point one could be pretty cool for your Shifu clicking Wicked
Actually, I
Blow?
never thought to use Anger Point against Urshifu. That's a good idea. I've always been running Moxie. And Outrage, I think, if it's not adamant, just misses out on the KO on Dracovish, which is like such an
Yeah.
important KO that Ground needs. It just misses out on that KO. It's like 86 to like 96 or something off the top of my head. It's like it just misses out. If that just was a guaranteed win KO, I think Crocodile would have a lot bigger role in the team. But also losing,
So what do you say?
sorry, yeah, losing Pursuit hurted too, I feel.
It's big, yeah. That's the big thing. Like Crook would be so good for punishing ghosts, but it
Yeah.
can't.
So overall, I like Ground. It's an okay type. I don't think it's amazing. So we're gonna kind of go, I suppose, maybe a bit more quick through the rest of them. We've seen a lot of these Pokemon already. We're running out of time here, so I would
Is
put
Emolga
Emolga on here just for
going
motor
back to the
drive.
community?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it, right?
that's all.
I
Like,
mean, that's pretty telling, dude. Like, can I see its Spadef real quick?
Not good. Not good.
Or like with, I'm sure like with a max HP, max speed up with a heavy duty boots, you're like toxic roost,
What
something.
it does get, it gets a light screen, which is okay for. I think that's this. I run like light screen. It's okay. It's just a nozzle as well. You know, it can be good team support.
It gets nuzzle. It's cool. I mean, it's cool because mono flying now doesn't have to get electrocuted.
Yeah, and Kyurem being gone definitely helps too. Kyurem Black, because that just clicked either Icicle Spear or Fusion Bolt depending on what you went out and just 600 your team. That was it. Like, so it's nice to have some form of like electric immunity on the team.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any Skarmory. I like Skarmory more than Corviknight, but I feel like they play two very different roles. Skarmory is your rock setter, your spike setter, your disruptor, while Corviknight just sits there and bulks up in your face.
Yeah. Though Skarmory could iron defense plus body press.
Does it get body press? No, that's pretty good, yeah, especially against like rock types, which I know aren't good. But they exist.
Even ground. Like
or even
I
ground,
think this would have an easier. Yeah, this could have an easier time beating ground.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. And you just have your typical sturdy stealth rock whirlwinds.
Body press, it can body press, iron defense, roost, taunt. But like a Powdon can't do crap.
Yeah,
like ground might actually have trouble with this.
I think so for sure. And we touched a bit on Talonflame earlier. I had dual wing beat, but you reminded me it's 40, not 60. That's my bad. So I'm gonna put that back to the bit of Brave Bird. Again, I think the only real thing I can see here is maybe a priority defog. It's probably
I mean like. Water, I mean, flying already has like Mantine, so it doesn't really need to cover rain too much with priority Brave Bird from like a choice band set. Obviously, flying types are all running heavy duty boots or have defog, so I don't even know if this is necessary because you have Mandibuzz, which is probably a better defogger considering its resistances.
I like Talonflame, but it was gutted. Gale Wings was gutted.
Yeah, when Gale Wings was good, it was good.
Yeah, too good, maybe.
It was good, man.
But overall, I have a weird relationship with flying. I think it's a cool type. But every time I play it, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Why can't I play this type?
I lose a lot to it, even when I have advantage.
That's it.
It just has.
I think it's a good type, but I can't play it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I just have this weird inability to play flying. If anyone out there can tell me how to play flying, my DMs are open. Please tell me. I don't know how to do it. I've looked up guides. I don't know how to do it. So we have
that nasty plat.
Oh yeah, Zam got Nasty Plat, which is so good. And as well as that, I feel, the tried and true Focus Sash Magic Guard counter is just so good for like
Magic
Dark.
Guard doesn't have to worry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, you want to dip your Psychic. What else? Maybe Shadow Ball
or Focus Blast.
Blast. Yeah, it's just a good Pokemon.
You'd probably put Recover over counter if you were using like a Nasty Plot set, because I mean, like being able to recover in front of Chansey, doesn't care about Toxic.
Yes, for sure.
So like decently versus like more balanced normal.
Mm-hmm. I'm just happy to see Zam back. It's so strong. Like, I know 135 isn't. It's been power crept since then, but even still, it holds up today as how strong that is. Or even the speed tier.
I mean,
372 is so fast.
Nasty too because you have Indeedee.
Yeah,
you have Indeedee plus expanding force.
Absolutely. So there's gonna be no priority hitting this guy anytime soon. We have all the slow friends. I think Slowbro regular will still probably be the best, but the Galar one has the bonus of being that's a poison. A poison is neutral to Psychic, which is nice. I forgot to mention that earlier, which is a really big boon for Psychic.
I do like that helps versus Tox effects. Yeah, I love that helps versus Tox effects.
That's definitely
like
it can absorb T-spikes.
6 Psychic types, you still. Yeah.
So that's really nice.
You have Hatterene to bounce it back. But
that's true, but you can't always bounce your, because especially if they're going to keep throwing them out, they don't care to have them on their side. It can be annoying for your side, so it's definitely nice to absorb these. Slowking, I don't see it as much as Slowbro. I just feel the physical defensiveness of Slowbro is what gives it the edge.
But if you run like Spadef, Assault Vest, Slowking, that could work too with like Dragon Tail.
And you could even run both.
Dragon Tail, this could work.
Or even like Slowbro Galar and Slowking, because they're different types. They bring different things to the team.
Different, yeah. I kind of like that.
Yeah, so I actually want to try one of those Psychic teams later. Maybe tomorrow, when I get the chance. So I think Psychic is definitely a threat. Definitely looking like a threat. My original main type this generation of Bug is the first thing I sent to you, I think, actually. I love Bug.
I'm seeing Bug everywhere, bro, right
it's
now.
Good, it's good. We finally have like a good Moxie Scarf user here with close combat to absolutely tear through like steel teams. We have like Stone Edge, a bit unreliable, but it tears through like flying teams and stuff. So
yeah.
It's just a really good
Megahorn knockoff.
Megahorn, exactly the set I use word for word. Just a good set right there. Scolipede, like in Poison, you get that nice speed boost. I don't think it'll play as much a role on Bug personally. I think Bug has a lot of viable options at the moment, but you can still see this maybe with like Aqua Tail to take care of like fire types.
The big thing is toxic spikes, but they
Yes.
have Stalgore as well that could do it. So
And does it get regular spikes too? So yeah, like it doesn't have any shortage of good, like, you know, support moves, if you will, which is nice. I'd like to see if I can get Steel Roller to work sometime. It might be a bit of a gimmick,
ooh,
but it'll be fun. Just like, you know, absolutely crush your terrain. Maybe like you're fighting electric or something. It's like, no, get rid of that terrain.
and just get rid of it that way.
Yeah,
It's
that'd be
still,
fun.
still knock you out with Specs Rising Voltage, but
Yeah, well. Next up we have Volk, who we said earlier definitely plays more of a role, I feel, on a Bug team.
huge.
Fiery Dance is just so good against Steel. Like, just take
Bro,
6 steals.
it gives Bug a way better matchup versus Steel. It gives Bug a way better matchup versus it already had a good matchup. I think Steel was the big one. It gives
Yeah,
Bug
Steel
a way
was the
better
big
matchup
one,
versus
for sure.
Fairy.
Yeah,
It also gives Bug, I think this is the important thing, like Bug's hard hitter before was probably Durant.
yes,
So now it has like a good special, just Mon in general, that doesn't miss its moves.
exactly.
I mean,
And-
it does. Obviously, you have Hurricane you have there, but Fiery Dance doesn't miss. And
or Giga
like
Drain,
a heavy duty
or you
boost
can
is
run
like there.
Roost, you know. There's just so much this thing can
Previously,
run.
your special bugs are Vikavolt and Galvantula.
Yeah,
So
and this thing's fast, you know. That's the thing it has over Vikavolt. I like Vikavolt. I still use Specs Vikavolt on my team, but it's slow. This thing is pretty fast.
yeah, and it can run like defensive EVs to take on better like Steel and
Yes.
Ice and everything like that.
Absolutely. And speaking of Durant, goodbye Durant, because the OG King of Bugs is back. We have a
Big boy bullet puncher.
yeah, absolutely. I remember I tweeted about Caesar coming back, and a friend of mine was like, "Oh, he's back because he doesn't play much Pokemon." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "He's so happy to see because he just loves Caesar." And why wouldn't you? It's like bullet punch the Pokemon, you know.
So freaking good.
Like you could run Band, you can run Leftovers. I'm running Lefties at the moment. It's actually my G-Fog user. This is the set I'm running because it gets Dual Wing Beat, which is just so good because say you're fighting.
Yeah, which actually hits hard. Yeah.
Because it's 60 by 2, which is nice. And say you're fighting even against water, I would Sword Dance this into his face and takes out physically defensive Toxapex. And that takes like almost 60% from dual wing beats at plus 2.
Yeah, it's more it's
so
stronger
good.
than Talonflame using it.
Yeah, it's just so strong. So I think, and Bullet Punch, I like Ice, but Ice is dead. The 6-0 man is back. Just click Bullet Punch 6 times and win, you know.
My boy is ready to claim.
Yeah, so I'm really liking Bug post DLC. It's looking like a good type. Rock is going to be so short because we've got one Pokemon. We got Lycanroc back. I know it had the 3 forms, but let's be honest, the one worth talking about is Dusk. Coolest design and most viable, I think.
I think priority of Celerock is huge though.
Yeah.
Because like Bug in theory has a bad matchup versus Rock, but then you just get up, your Sticky Web, and then
Caesar comes
like,
out and
unless you
stuff.
spin with Colossal, they overpower you now. They have
Yeah.
a lot. So, like, but this can check like Volcarona. This can check a weakened Durant. This can check a Shell Smash Crustle because it has heavy duty boost plus Shell Smash 30,
For sure.
and that's close combat as well. Psychic Fangs to help break.
Yeah, it got
screens,
close combat now, didn't
which I think
it?
is big.
And that's tough claws
Yeah.
boosted, so that's gonna hurt.
Exactly.
I don't think Rock's gonna be exactly shoot up in viability, but I do think we're gonna see a bit more of it. Just I think when Terrakion came back was definitely a help, and it kind of needed a good priority or like a fast sweeper alongside Terrakion. So hopefully we'll see more Rock because it's a cool type. Next up we have Ghost. To be honest, I think Ghost is falling out of favor a lot in the meta. I think it doesn't have any amazing winning matchups. It's kind of like fairly neutral across the board.
I feel like the thing here is that Marok is incredible offensively and it gives like an electric immunity to Ghost. You kind of already have staples too. Like you want Gengar for sure. You want your
Dragapult.
You want your Mimikyu for sure as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Dragapult does it too with physical, whether you focus action or not. So Marok is great, and it gives like a cool little even Trick Room option to Ghost. I think like a pseudo Trick Room mode. Maybe
Yeah, I think
you.
Ghost can run Pseudo Trick Room now. Definitely a bit more than it could before. And Palosan, to be honest, I don't think it gains much, so I'm just going to get rid of him. I think Marowak Alola is the one we got for Ghost, but I think since Knockoff came back into the meta with Pokemon Home, I think Ghost has fallen out of favour a bit. So next up we have Dark. We've talked about all these guys before. It's similar kind of situations. I guess Crocodile can click Earth. I don't see much Crocodile in Dark teams. He can be run, as you said, maybe Anger Point. But with Urshifu, why wouldn't you click Close Combat against a ground team?
Mono fighting is just gonna click Close Combat.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Mono Dark, unless you have Sableye, they're not clicking Wicked Blow.
So it can maybe, as an Intimidator, it can set up Stealth Rocks, which I think Dark had a bit of trouble with because it had like Bisharp and maybe like one other. So maybe like an Intimidate Stealth Rock lead could be nice.
Yeah, like Focus Sash type of thing.
Yeah.
Anti-lead.
Yeah.
Close Combat for iDragon.
Taunt as well, which is it's okay speed. Like, it can outspeed some other setters, just deny them their Stealth Rocks and then put yours down. So we could see some use. Sharpedo, I feel kind of like in water. If it's not in a rain team, just Flip Turn is really good for the momentum.
But besides that, I think it's kind of weak for Dark.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that, to be honest.
I feel like in terms of dual typing, you want Bisharp, right? You want maybe Grimmsnarl. You definitely want Hydreigon type of thing, and you probably want Mandibuzz if you want a core. Like, it's really tough to fit.
If it were me, if I was running Water Dark, I'd run Crawdaunt because it just has
exactly
ridiculous wall breaking ability.
And you have Priority Aqua Jet, which is huge.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I'm gonna get rid of Sharpedo. You changed my mind. Urshifu, much like in fighting, it's just so good. It gets the Wicked Blow stab to blow through tanks. Like +6 Corviknight, not an issue. Just Wicked Blow it and it's basically dead if it's banded, or severely weakened at least. We have Close Combat, Sucker Punch if you want more Dark moves, and what else is it?
It's a fast, strong mon.
Yeah, exactly.
Immediately strong because it's critting.
So strong. Like 359 without a beneficial nature. And Unseen Fist is so good because it stops a lot of slower teams, protecting against you and stuff. So I think Dark will definitely see more use at the moment. Dragon-wise, I think all it really got is Dragalge. And even then, the only reason I could think to use it is maybe as I guess an alternative to Goodra to take fairies.
I mean, it absorbs
T-Spikes as well. Yeah.
Yeah. T-Spikes and gives them T-Spikes.
It is a lot. It has a lot of special defense. It's bulky. It has adaptability.
Well, I mean, it doesn't care about. It's a Pokemon that doesn't care about Pex either.
So yeah, I think maybe we'll see use on Dragon teams.
I wonder if Dragon can ever run. Yeah, I wonder if Dragon can ever run not 3 Scarfers.
No, I think that's it's just so in its nature to be I go strong, I go fast. But it works, I suppose. Dragon is a pretty good type, so.
I mean, you have Duraludon for Fairy, but now you can run Dragalge too.
Yeah, because Duraludon's special defense is pitiful.
Yeah, piss poor.
Exactly, yeah. Well, this thing on the other hand is monster special defense. And as I said, you don't really have to invest too much in special attack because adaptability is free.
You have adaptability.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So then our second last team we have Steel. I'm not sure if Skarmory, I said, mightn't bring too much to the type, except as you said, maybe the ground teams like Hippowdon and stuff.
Yeah.
It will do that better than Corvi, I feel.
Yeah, and Ferrothorn can spike really well.
Yeah, for sure. Caesar, probably not as good on Steel as it is Bug, but it's nice to have priority anyway. But definitely not as good.
Besides Age Flash Sneak, yeah.
Yeah, and Klefki, I think better on
I like
Fairy.
what it can do.
But yeah,
I like what it can do versus Dragon.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
Besides Hydreigon, and even Hydreigon, you could just run Spadef, but it being able to Thunder Wave and Dazzling Gleam, dual screens for Steel is interesting because I feel like that's not something you see.
Yes, actually you're right. It's seeing a lot on Dragon, it's seen a lot on other types like Psychic, or even Warveil and Ice, but it's never really on Steel. And can you imagine how bulky they'd be behind 2 screens? I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, exactly. I'd use Swords Dance Pharaoh.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And finally we have Zone. It's good against other Steel teams, really good against Steel teams, because it racks my brain having Corvi versus Corvi. It's just such a nightmare of a matchup, But unfortunately, it's a double-edged sword because your opponent probably also running the Mega Zone if they want to take out a Steel type. So you got to play very carefully around your zones. So
lack of hidden power is really good, but you can still run some body press, iron defense.
Yeah,
maybe that's something that Zone could do.
I'm running body press, iron defense sub at the moment, and it kind of comes in on things like Duraludon.
I feel like that can work too. You can also use Magnarize, I think.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. So I think there's some use on that. I think Steel. It's hard to make Steel a bad type in my opinion. I think it's just a good type.
Yeah. Fairy has more priority besides Grimmsnarl, which is pretty cool.
Yes. You're gonna see. I would be surprised to ever see a Sap Sipper or Zoomer on Fairy. Just run Hidden Power, run your Belly Drum, your Citrus Berry, whatever berry you want.
Yeah, or even like a Choice Band,
Or Choice
or
Band,
even
yeah,
like
yeah,
I feel like yeah, like I mean maybe you'll rarely see a Sap Sipper if grass is that scary for you. But I
yeah.
definitely run Sap Sipper or Azumarill before I'd run like Shiinotic to deal with Pokemon. That's for
True.
sure.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But even then, like I suppose that also gives a bit of a surprise factor. If you see a Zoomer and think, oh, that's going to be Belly Drum, and suddenly it
Exactly.
traps your
Yeah.
wall. You know, like oh, there's my wall gone. So yeah, you're actually a good point. And finally, we have Klefki, who we just talked about like 2 seconds ago. Brings your dual screens to the fairy type. Great
Yeah.
spike support. I think it gets spikes. I'm 99% sure it gets spikes.
It defog as well. Which is
To get
cool
defog.
because
I didn't realize that. Is that new?
yeah.
Nice.
I think
Nice.
another cool thing is Fairy Lock.
Yes,
So
it's a cool move. I'd like to see it more.
yeah, you can prevent your opponent. Like if you're about to die, you can Fairy Lock them and they can't switch out. That might be an introduction for like, especially if you're dual screen. That might be
Yeah.
something that can let Azu do his thing.
That's a really
It
cool
does
idea.
that.
I didn't realize
Yeah,
it
if you-
because I thought it was like
yeah,
Mean Look where it goes away if you faint. So it stays locked in if you die, if you faint.
yeah, exactly. It stays for the
Okay.
next turn.
Again, you'll see Joey's teaching me so much about monotypes and I don't even know this stuff. And then even like just foul play is pretty good just to punish special attack, like physical attackers or wherever you want to run here. Thunder Wave, you want to be like really annoying.
Gonna be weird. You use Calm Mind.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, you could. I've seen Calm Mind, Dazzling Gleam run around a bit actually. So the one thing that's really good about Prankster and Fairy is obviously Prankster now doesn't work on Dark types, but Dark types are immune. But the rest of Fairy has no problem with Dark types. You know, it's different if it's another type. It's like, oh no, you know, maybe Grass, your Whimsicott's annoying because it can't use stuff like on your like Encore and Dark types or something. But Fairy doesn't care about that at all, which is super good.
Yeah, amazing for Fairy.
So
Like even like a Spadef set or an Akaberry set will deal with Hydreigon, no problem. So
yeah, you're dead right. You're dead right. So I guess kind of our that's a brief breakdown. There's so much more to discuss, but obviously this video is
yeah,
long enough as it is. So I'm passionate about monotypes. If you couldn't tell, my whole channel is based around it. And as I said earlier, if you want to see some fantastic monotype content, do subscribe to Joey's Patreon. I'm gonna say Patreon. That's what we're called. You know, it's what like $3 or $4 a month.
yeah,
Yeah,
a couple times. Yeah.
yeah, a couple of dollars a month, a small price to pay for great content. You'll see a lot of my teams there. He inspired me to make the channel, you know, so you have him to thank for my 4 views. The 4 views the video gets, you know, you enjoy it, think.
I mean, I'll definitely promote it, just talk about it for sure.
Awesome, thanks man, I
But
really appreciate that.
thank you for having me.
No, it's great having you, and hopefully in the future, in a few months' time, we might do more Joey in the future, more guests as well on the channel. Would be ideal. So thank you so
Definitely.
much for your time, Joey. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been great, and it's been great talking. Thank you everybody for watching. I'll see you.
Yeah, and absolutely, go subscribe to this man, and if you like the video, subscribe to me too.